Hello and welcome back to Let's Play CK2 as the glorious Zunbils. In the last episode we declared two separate county conquest wars, one against the Taid revolt over here and one against the Taids themselves over here. So we have one of these being sieged right now, we have our army on the way to the other, so let's continue. Probably can go to speed 4 for the duration of this war. There are a few enemy armies wandering around, but nothing large enough that we really need to be worried about it, I think. We can just quietly siege down our war goals and start getting our ticking war score, and then maybe go and fight some armies if necessary. Oh well, speaking of armies, we have just had an ally called into one of these wars. He's called in this guy who has 1,500 troops or so. So we'll look out for those. Shouldn't really be a problem though, even our smaller army over here is definitely large enough to fight it, and in fact he's obviously over closer to our larger army, so that should be just fine. It looks like he is going to go and try and siege us here. Or maybe not, he's on his way north. We gained quite a lot of prisoners from that siege. Let's see, I think we're probably getting war score from at least one of those, yeah. Sadiq. Let's go and ransom the other ones. This is a court guru who I probably should have ransomed previously, or maybe I wasn't able to. This is our chief of Bakar, who I'd like to keep in prison because he's annoyed that I imprisoned him. And we don't want to trigger any more factions than we have to. You are already considering a request from us, so we'll ransom that other prisoner later. So given that you are heading up here, I think we might try and attack him in this county, since the battle will be worth some war score, and we'd rather not let him join up with his ally if we don't have to. You have improved our ally's opinion over here, or our vassal I mean, which is good. Be here on the 19th. And we have another preacher. Always happy to see one of those. I guess he can't afford to ransom a second one so soon. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately we're giving up about 50% siege progress here if we go to catch him, but I think I will anyway. Oh, and he actually got away. I think I'll still attack him in the mountains. Don't think that will be a problem for us. Okay, we captured a mayor, even better. And we'll go right back to our war goal. That got us 24%. And we're actually getting ticking war score against us for not controlling our war goal, but that will change soon enough once we siege down these lower holdings. Unfortunately one of them is a castle, so it'll take a little longer, but that's fine. Another preacher. Let's go back to our dungeons and see who we can ransom. Actually quite happy about all these prisoners since we are at negative income thanks to our domain troops all being raised. Okay, it was actually over here that we were getting the negative war score, as I'm sure you were yelling at the screen. And we got more prisoners from that siege as well, which is good. So we will keep that prisoner, and are we getting war score in this other war? From Arif Taid, okay. So that's another person who we would like to avoid ransoming probably. You are considering a request already. And Arif is the one we don't want to ransom, okay. That is just fine. Bamian's opinion increased again. Could probably move our Chancellor at this point. Improved relations plus 180. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. Still have no factions, so everything is going okay on that front. That is the family tree, not the realm tree. So Kohistan over here is our most powerful vassal and also has a relatively low opinion, so we'll work on him. Makes sense, I think. Alright, we won another siege here. Up to 55% in both of these wars. And actually, with our conquests in this direction, we are getting closer and closer to our holy site over here. I mean, we're still relatively far away, and it's actually under the Abbasids, so it may be out of reach even if we do get relatively close, but it's worth noting that it's not, you know, completely out of reach to us if we end up absolutely needing to conquer it to be able to reform the religion. Okay, so we lost our steward. Appoint this guy instead. I think we'll probably be able to manage it with just the 3, though. We get 1% from county conquests, we get 1% from beating any religious uprisings, we have 5% currently from that. And these bonuses, I think, all last 20 years. So within 20 years, if we get some combination of county conquests, religious rebels beaten, and you also get 1% from building temples, I think we can get to 20 from a combination of those within a space of 20 years. Speaking of the religious uprisings, here is another one. I think we'll find that in most of these counties we do have a low level of religious revolt, especially the ones that are, in a different culture group. They'll be in the 5% range. I think the same culture ones will be a bit lower, or same culture group. But still, it should keep us getting a fairly steady stream of these religious rebels to crush. Which, now that we don't have to hire mercenaries to beat them, is actually a good source of moral authority for our religion. So we'll just ignore this until we're done with these wars, I think. Okay, more prisoners. Oh, and the revolt is over. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That means we are not going to be able to get the second county, but we'll still get the other county up here. And it does free up this army to go and fight the Buddhists down here. And our wound is healed, leaving us scarred, but no longer at a health penalty. So we might not die in the very near future. And we definitely don't want to let him siege back any of our target county up here. But I think we should finish our siege here in time to go there and chase him out. Which is good. 6,000 troops is kind of the bare minimum. I really want to be comfortable attacking into the mountains here. I think we'll just go ahead and do that. It should be okay. The Chief of Kerman has unearthed authentic love letters, proving that the Chief of Birjand is actually a bastard. Oh, okay. Do we care about that? How does Birjand feel about us? He's happy enough. I think we'll just keep it to ourselves. Still no factions, so I don't think we need to be too concerned. Yep, we lost the top holding. Might even be in our interests to let them siege the second holding. They might move out of the county into a less mountainous one. I think we'll just go and siege them, though. Or just go and attack them, rather. Oh, and speaking of Birjand, we don't need to worry about him being a bastard because he just died. So that's fine. Alright, so that gets us to 80%. More prisoners. We'll go and chase him out of this county. And ransom whoever we can. I think it was just a reef we have to... Yeah, not ransom at this point, so everyone else is good to go here. Not you, though, because you are my vassal who I want to keep in there. Alright, that's all we can do for the moment. Okay, so we're going to arrive in Sibi on the 20th, and he is trying to leave. He'll actually get out, which is totally fine since he is retreating into this desert county, so we'll follow him and hopefully be able to catch him there and have no mountains penalty. Won that battle against them, so I think at this point we can safely ignore this war and still win it off of the ticking war score. He's probably not going to be able to siege that back before it ticks up to 100, so we can probably just disband this army. So you're going to get there on the 10th, you are going to get out on the 5th, so let's see. Maybe we'll go there instead. Does this enable us to catch him? Nope. And I think we did not have any organizers last time I checked, but let's have another look just in case. Oh, there we go, we do have one. Put him in charge and see how that affects things. Still not going to catch him, still a day short. Let's see if we change our minds and go here, if he'll stay there. And now can we catch him? Seems like he's not even trying to move. Oh, or maybe he is. But we're definitely going to catch him here, so that should be just fine. We'll disband this. He does have armies on the way over there, so he... Oh wait, they're not actually on the way over, they're heading over here. So he's not going to try to take his war goal back. Which means we have won this war, basically. So that's good. We captured this guy, alright. And you annoyed the chief of Khoestan. Well, that's no good. I've been spending more time with my wife lately, and though of course we did not marry for love, I can tell it is growing between us. Ah, marital bliss. That's nice. She is past childbearing age at this point, so we don't have to worry about maybe having another young son that will supersede our existing son in the succession order. Which is totally okay by me. Unless we were to have any extramarital affairs or something like that, and then legitimize any resultant offspring, but I don't think we're going to do that. So this is our grandson, not of our heir, so unlikely to inherit. We'll use him for opinion. Let's give him to Khoestan, why not? Okay, we beat the religious uprising again, and they're retreating over to Bakar. We'll follow. This should end that in our favor. You have collected a tithe, which is very welcome. Alright, so we can disband this army as well. This guy gets the same fate as all the other religious rebels, and this one we're at 98%, we're pretty definitely going to get to 100 before he can take this back, so that is going to be that. So unfortunately I only ended up gaining a single county out of that instead of two. But it's a single county we did not have before, so that is fine. We'll give away the actual county as well to somebody I will find, not a prisoner. They can be married, but not a ruler, and my religion and culture. And they should be an adult, but not of a great house. Let's not give it to this ambitious guy, but we... Oh, he's ambitious too, unfortunately. Usually I don't mind too much about giving land to ambitious characters, but we have been having faction problems, so I'll avoid it for the moment. This is the right county. There we go. Alright. Let's see, that's part of this duchy here. We won't be able to create or usurp that one anytime soon. We have relatively high opinion penalties again, but we seem to be handling it better in that we have no factions now, so I'm kind of inclined to just go ahead and declare another war or two. Let's see. Are you just a single county guy? No, you're under this person. Also over here. You are very weak though, and don't have much in the way of allies, only Basra, who also is not especially strong. So this seems like a good county to take. Oh wait, hang on, it was this guy. This might be a good one as well though. This guy only has 700 troops and not much in the way of strong allies, except for the Taids, of course, who we know aren't particularly strong. So we could declare for this county and this county, or this one and this one, which I think might be a good move. We still have this one single county over here, though she could definitely afford to raise a holy order, which could be a problem. You might want to wait to do that by itself so we can bring our entire army to bear on any resultant holy orders. I think I'd like to take these two though. So why don't we go ahead and declare these. And not on you, of course, since you are not independent. We'll take Yazd. And same with you, your liege. Take this conquest. And we'll get our troops raised. I'll have you not go through the Taid lands because they may be called in as an ally, and you could find yourself in a bad spot there. They did get called in as an ally, so that's fine. I think we have the wherewithal to fight them along with everyone else, so I have another grandson, this time in the line of succession. I think this is actually our second in line for the throne, after our son. So we will educate him ourselves. Alright, so we have 1,200 troops heading into this county. They're not going to catch this army, but you are going to be isolated up there, so we'll just disband these 200. In fact, you changed your mind and are heading down to Mandesh. Well, why don't we leave these troops here? That should change their minds about coming there, and we'll have you only come this far as well. And we'll maybe go in and attack this army with however many troops this is. Should be plenty to fight them in the desert over there. So we'll wipe out their army and probably not have to worry about them for a while. And it's worth a war score to us as well, so all the more reason to do it. He is trying to escape to Herat. We are actually not going to catch him. This is mountains, or this is also desert though, rather, not mountains. So maybe we'll try and catch him in here instead. And we won't. Let's see if we can find our organizer and get him in charge. Maybe that will help. This is a second organizer. Why couldn't I find any the last time? Still not going to catch him apparently. Let's try here. Alright, I guess we'll try going this way. Meanwhile, we should have been doing something with this army a while ago, I think. And we finally caught him. So we'll follow him again over to here, and then bring our army over in this direction where it is useful. And you improved Kohistan's opinion. Yep, that is his army wiped out, and you we will split in half and send one half to each of our target counties. We can get our sieges started. And we've been sent a preacher as well, which is even better. Well, we're out of time for this episode, so let's leave it here for now and continue these wars in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.